I'm going to come on today and share with you guys a couple tips and tricks to help you not use too much of your product. So really quickly, I'm going to prime my face with the Stay Spray. This helps me keep my makeup on all day. It helps me not have too dry of skin. It just really helps. So start with that. Oftentimes when you guys are going through the tins too quickly, it's because you're using too much product. So one thing that I love to share is to use your finger to put it on and then use one brush to blend it out. So that's what we're going to do today. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and go in with June right there on the tip of my nose because I've got a little visitor there. So then I'm just going to get some product on my finger and just draw these lines where the highlight's gonna go. That way you guys can see. I'm gonna go ahead and cover my whole nose with June. This is my main highlight shade. So I'm just gonna put that everywhere to cover that redness as well. Okay, so it doesn't even seem like I have that much on so far, okay? So whatever's left, I just wipe off underneath my chin. Then I'm gonna go into my brightening highlight, which is Linen, and I'm gonna put some of that under my eyes, just like so. And this is another perfect example of how you cannot mess up this makeup. So it doesn't matter where I put this because I'm going to blend it all out. But I put a little more of my June on my nose versus my brightening highlight right now because I have a lot of redness in the center of my face. So wipe off whatever's left. Then take my same finger into my contour, which is henna. Get a good amount on your finger, not a ton. And then I'm just going to, my hair's a little crazy today. Grab right under that cheekbone and just pull forward, just like that. And if you need to, you can always add more. And this is going to show you guys how crazy this looks and how easy it is to blend it out. So I'm just adding that contour down here, right where I want it to go. And then I'll just add a couple spots on my hairline. That way I can blend that out as well. Okay, then I'm going to take my pinky finger into my contour, rub my pinkies together, and I'm going to come straight down the nose. Okay, so I've got some contour there on the nose that I'm also going to blend out. See how crazy this is? Oh, totally crazy. But that's okay because all I have to do is blend it out. So I'm not going to add any blush yet. I'm just going to do the highlight and contour for now so you guys can see how simple and easy this is. I'm going to take the small side of my B Squared. This is the bronzer blush brush. And I'm just going to start down at the bottom and use circular motions to kind of just blend out that color. So see how easy that blended out? Then I'm going to come down here, do the same. So you want to do all of your highlight areas before you kind of move on to your contour color. So blending out that June, blend out that brightening highlight, blend out the nose. And this is just a light layer. See how I'm not using a ton of product, but it is providing a good coverage for me. So that's why this is such a good trick, because you can start with a smaller amount, and with this makeup specifically, less is more for sure. Because as you're putting it on, it may not look like you're really getting that great of coverage, but this being a cream, as it soaks into your skin, you're gonna have a lot better coverage. So, and I'll come back and spot treat there. Okay, so now I can go over to my contour, and I'm just gonna blend that up under that cheekbone. Okay, so I'm going to soften up that line and just blend that out. And you can always go back and add more. There's no harm in that, but at least you're starting small. So I'm going to go back in with bronzer, so I don't really need too much contour here. But see how simple and easy that was to just blend out? And because they're all creams, they blend into each other. So that could sit on my face for an hour and it would still be able to be blended out. So see how pretty that looks? Just a flawless foundation finish with just using my fingers and a brush. Just one brush and my fingers. See, so I've got that soft contour line on both sides here. You can flip the brush to the bigger side and use that to blend out as well. If you want, either side is fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and continue with my finger, just that way you guys can see. I'm going to take some Bella bronzer and just add a couple dots here and here and here. Just anywhere that you want some bronze glow, add this there. Okay, now I can take that same brush and I'm going to use the fluffier side and I'm just going to blend that into that contour line. So that way it provides a little bit of warmth. And this isn't as heavy as what I usually do, and that's because I wanted to show you guys how helpful it is to use your finger when you want a lighter coverage and you want your product to last longer. So a lot of times people, they're used to liquid foundations or powders in which you have to use a lot more product. But with creams, like I said, a little bit goes a long way. So that kind of warmed up the skin a little bit and it still looks very natural. Okay, so then all I have left is to use, you can use the brush or your finger. I'm going to go into Frenchy Lip and Cheek. Got a little hair in my colors. Same finger, I'm going to blot a couple dots of Frenchy right on the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Hollywood and just add that so I have a little bit more pink. Then I can take either of those colors and add them to my lips. And in this case, I'm just going to add both. So there's a little bit of lip color. Then I can take the smaller end again and just blend that blush right into everything else. Just like so. I'm blending the blush down, focusing on the apples of my cheeks. Do a little smile. Your cheeks will pop out. And then flip over to the big side and I just blend all of that together, making sure there's no harsh lines. And then, just to finish off, I'm going to take the small end of my eyeshadow everything brush into June, the tiniest bit, and I'm going to recover that little blemish right there I have on my nose. And remember, if you're wanting to color correct, you need to use a darker color first and then do a lighter color on top. So you're not going to be able to remove the texture, but you can remove the color. So that's better. Then I can take a little bit of linen, which is my brightening highlight, brighten up the nose, and then I'm going to stipple it on top of that spot, and then use my finger to blend the rest. So that's going to brighten up my nose. And then I can take the smallest amount of that brightening highlight and just brighten under the eye again, just to kind of make my eyes pop a little bit more. So that's it, guys. That makes it so much easier to do your whole face without using a ton of product. And you guys saw I just had a couple dots on my face and that's it. So now I'm going to take that Perfector sponge, same side that I had that Stay Spray on, and I'm just going to press the makeup into the skin, which is going to help it stay all day long. as well as get rid of any fine lines or harsh lines that I have. I keep thinking about fine lines and wrinkles today. I don't know what my deal is. Any harsh lines you might have that need to be blended out, the Perfector sponge will do that. So the Perfector is in stock right now. So if you guys don't have any kind of beauty blender, you need to get this one. So, okay, then last thing, I can use that same brush into my illuminator. I'm gonna use the fluffy side, just the outer corner here, like this, into Starlit Illuminator. I'm just gonna brush some of that onto my cheek. A little bit on the tip of my nose, not too crazy, because I don't want to really accentuate that pimple. Whoops, too late. That's all right, I don't really care that much. And then just kind of dust it everywhere else. Okay, guys. That is it. If you guys would like your own custom color match, I am happy to match you. We can get you your own palette, your own brush, your own Perfector sponge, and stay spray. This is basically my starter pack with a quad or a HAC stack. I have a color match link in my bio, or you can send me a DM here, and I'd be happy to match you guys. So, if you have any other questions, let me know. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday, and the week is